am fixing to enlighten you on how crazy the car world is, how just you never know where something is. And of course, always people are going, oh, you know, there's no more out there. They don't exist. All the cool cars have been found, etc. and so forth. So, you know, I've been in this neighborhood for 20 years, within a mile of the shop we're in here on Merrill Road. And there's a lot of hot rodders, a lot of old timers, you know, a lot of builders, just a lot going on. But what's really crazy is you've seen hundreds of cars built here at Gas Monkey Garage. And I get a call the other day through the old interwebs where a gentleman said, hey, I've got this old Chevelle. It's been hanging out since the 90s on blocks and what have you. Now, he didn't really want to show his place, and I understand that. But let's just say that right here at Gas Monkey Garage, if I was to just kind of punch my fist through this wall and cut open another wall, there is literally a 1971 original paint Malibu 350 Chevelle, green on green, 12-bolt rear end, 4-bolt main 350, automatic bucket seats, and it was sitting right here since before Gas Monkey was even conceived of. It's literally, or was, like 20 feet behind this wall right here. And the gentleman just happened to call and he goes, hey, I love your show. I like what you do. My son wants to sell his car. And we weren't able to go over there and film it because he just didn't like that idea. But we're unloading it right now since the 90s, covered in dust. But talk about kick ass. And then let's just get to the cool part. It is green on green. Get you some of that. This is unbelievable. Literally 20 feet from my office. So here we go. We took some Gunny Wheels over there. Shout out to Gunny Wheels. Your product has saved me so much time in the last few years. Check this out. Does not get a whole lot cooler than this. Pretty much, I would say 98% rust free.
I bet it'll break loose with this line.
Floorboards are great. Everything's great. There's just a little tad back there.
It was right here.
Look at that dust. This has almost got as much dust in it as Phipps's belly button.
Is there any
That's
brake?
lit.
Let it rip, Tater Chip. Can you believe that this was sitting right behind that fucking wall since the 90s? It's a 71 Chevelle. And it's green on green. I'm telling you, I think this is the original paint car.
It definitely is original paint. I don't think any of it's been painted.
Valley View XL.
Hey, look, it was sold at Graf.
I know. I used to drive over there to get parts when I was a kid.
Let's see how dominant size.
You used to drive as a kid?
Wow!
Shag carpet! Woo! All right, so the guy said that his people that worked for him had it running every once in a while, so let's just give it some go-go juice and a battery and see what happens. I guess we could look at the build sheet. It does have a 12-bolt rear end, so somebody might have tried to buy or spec something special, but I don't think so, personally. So let's pull the back seat and see if there's a build sheet back there. Is there a build sheet? There's a build sheet.
What's left of one?
That's not very much build sheet.
Well, if the seats have been redone in that Bolero like that,
I think they've been redone. They said they don't think so.
sometimes
The way it was stuck in there, I don't think so.
sometimes it's behind that one.
Unless they have been redone.
What's the rest of that stuff?
I think those have been redone. That's not natural. They put the velour in it.
Natural. Boy, look at all the pull tabs.
Hold the top, Victor.
Those are old school pull tabs. Give me one of those.
7/16.
Look at that. You millennials don't even know what these things are.
Is
I think I have one on my body somewhere. Here's the new series of Star Wars stick bubblegum movie photo cards. These are the treasures we find when we find a very well-preserved car.
Yeah, so we'll have to order a pump, clean the lines, and order a tank and sending unit.
The tank didn't look rusted out.
No, but you know it's gonna have a bunch of junk in the bottom of it.
And wheel cylinders, shit like that.
Well, that's probably why it was up in the air. It needed brakes.
Or they needed the wheel.
Yeah, or they needed the wheels or something. There's no telling.
Came in this morning, we got this thing running last night, stopping, fired right up. Before we could even find the wheels for it, our good friend Sean Nolan went and talked Richard out of it. So, but he got a good deal. I mean, he really did. So Sean's a good guy.
All right, so we're here at the Dallas Market Hall for the Dallas Autorama. We're just gonna be walking around, hopefully meet Chip Foose, look at a bunch of badass cars, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what's here. So we were walking around, I think I found something more Richard style. LS powered Rolls Royce. The interior's super clean, everything's super clean about it. This car's actually really well put together in my opinion. I would like to have it, it'd be cool. This is kind of the vibe that we should have done for that yellow R30 we have, but getting it that low on a tight budget ain't happening. So Scratch was just pointing out how flat the whole car is. Getting a car that long, that flat, takes a lot of work. A lot.
This is probably the best car here. Not only is it a 55 Oldsmobile, it's all custom, and I know one of the guys that did the design work on it, and it's a bitchin' car.
It's a super rad car. Signature on a car, that's pretty cool. All right, so here's another clean one that I think is just simplistic from front to back. It's got a Coyote supercharged with a Whipple. And it just, again, from the front bumper to the rear bumper is just super simplistic. Everything is done super simple, even just down to the interior. It's nothing more really than what factory would have gave you, pleats wise and stuff like that. It's just super simplistic. I love it front to back. So, I would drive it. That's for all you mullet fans out there.
Whoa, what's up?
Knock, knock.
Mr. Dustin, what's happening?
Not much, how you been?
What are you doing here?
Well, I brought you a toy you might be interested in.
I don't know, man. I'm not in a buying mood today.
This is pretty slick though.
What is it?
It's a Lamborghini Diablo.
What? How'd you get your hands on a Lamborghini? Tony,
Well, you know, just robbed
Dustin's
enough
here, he
people.
says he's got a Lambo. You're the Lambo expert here.
Lambos.
He says he's got
What
a
is
Lambo
it?
Diablo.
A Diablo?
A
Cool.
Diablo VT.
What year is it?
What does the VT stand for, Tony?
Viscous traction. That's the 4-wheel drive version.
All right.
So 96 or later.
Well, pull it on in the fence here, man.
All right.
That ain't a Lamborghini Dash.
Are you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready. What is this?
This is a Lamborghini kit car.
You brought me a kit car?
Man, it's a badass kit car.
What? I've never heard of a badass kit car. I've got a Zimmer in there that's a kit car I've had for like 5 years.
Listen, a Zimmer's on a Fiero chassis. This is a North American exotic replica car.
North American exotic replica.
Company was based out of Canada. They were building the most exact Diablos and I believe Countachs in the world, replicas. And the whole basis of it was, you know, Lamborghinis are expensive to get worked on. You don't want to drive them. These are LS powered. I mean, you know, if you need a thermostat, you can pull it over.
Chassis? I mean, like
so it's an RKS chassis. It's an exact replica of the Diablo VT chassis.
Is RKS like a company?
I don't know if they're still in business, but it was a kit car chassis company.
So what is the
dual coilovers back here?
Transmission.
It has a Porsche transmission. I can't remember the number on it, but it has a Porsche transmission that is actually upside down. It's got domed gears on it. The receipts on the transmission are $21,000. That has a special pump put on the top to push the transmission fluid to the top of the tranny.
Does it run?
Yes and no.
So it's got a little supercharged V8.
It's got an LS6 with a supercharger on it. This car was chassis dynoed with video.
Chase!
Does it run?
Yeah, it'll run.
Hey, Chase, come here.
The starter's a little wonky on it.
Have you heard it run?
We had it running the other day, but the starter's intermittent on it. It's got dyno sheets at about 1,400 rear wheel horsepower without the body on it.
1,400?
1,400.
It's blue.
Chase, we got a Lambot.
Lambot?
Okay, so supposedly,
LS?
yeah, supercharged, and it's got some kind of upside down Porsche transmission.
5-speed.
This
manual.
is a full. What did you say? RKS chassis.
RKS chassis with a North American exotic replica car body.
This is supposed to be the best.
You're gonna have to write that down for me.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the best replicas of Lamborghinis in the world. And the company was like sued forever.
Yeah,
weren't
so
they?
when Audi bought Lamborghini, they sicked all their attorneys on these replica car builders.
Right.
And from what I understand, they never won, but they just ran the people through the court system so much they couldn't afford to stay in the fight, so they quit. But this car was brought to me by a gentleman that wanted it finished that would never come up with the money that just abandoned the car with me. Wow. So as you can see, it sat so long. That's a shed from a copperhead snake that had been living on the car.
Oh, that's pretty rad. Maybe
What is it?
Had a copperhead living in it when we picked it up the
And
other
the
day.
skin got stuck to it.
Lamborghini?
Does it run?
Uh-huh. Yep, the rear wing is in
Are
my
these
truck.
from a real car?
Huh?
Are these from a real
So
car?
I'm told all the side stuff is real Diablo stuff. In the container in my truck, there's the center console piece that's supposed to be Lamborghini. It's all carbon fiber. I got a real Lamborghini steering wheel. Those are supposed to be real Lamborghini gauges.
Yeah, it's got some stuff on there. The headlights are real. Those are off of. They're actually off of 300ZXs that Lamborghini used.
Yep.
They put that little carbon fiber deal. If you pull that up, it says Nissan under.
Really?
But that's what they used in '99.
But I don't know a whole bunch about the car. It's really not my flavor. And I just thought that
I mean, it looks good. The wheels giving way.
It's kind of funny. It's like it's almost there, but it's not.
Right.
It's got dual coilovers in the back, Chase.
Really?
2 on each side.
Yeah.
Should be open right there.
Now in the box,
These are
what
the
hell?
real headlights.
In the box, there's a bunch of accent pieces these pieces are genuine Lamborghini replacement.
You know what I
parts.
think? You know what I think this is? This is competition for my boy over in London that has the Ratarossa.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah? I mean, it could be cool, but it's got to be cheap though, dude. I mean,
It is quite a bit of work.
Dude, if it runs and drives, the rest of it's easy.
Yeah, it's just
It has a $45,000 motor with a $22,000 transmission.
Well, it looks like it's trying to have AC, but I don't see any AC components.
Oh, so the AC is under the dash. It's 12 volt. It's like the kind that you don't put the compressor on, like a boat
Like
air
out of a
conditioner.
Prius?
So you can lift that black piece off the dash, and you can see the condenser and evaporator underneath the dash.
What does the chassis look like to you? I kind of dig it. It doesn't hurt my
It
feelings.
doesn't hurt my feelings.
I wouldn't come here to hurt your feelings, Richard. Come on.
I mean, it's
I
all
was afraid
pretty. It's all
like a
pretty
Fiero
decent.
chassis, and it looks like it's
Look how wide the back tires are on it.
Square tubing.
Yeah, I mean, look at the meat in the back, man.
That's a hand-built exhaust, and when you can get it started, it is loud as crap.
Well, it doesn't look like, does it have mufflers anywhere? I didn't see any.
No, it's straight pipe.
Oh, this is funny.
It's got a lot of the right stuff though.
It's pretty much all there though, right?
Everything's here. I've got all the manuals in my truck on how to finish the wire. All it needs is the wiring finished in the interior.
What steering column do we think this is? It looks like
That's a General
Chevy.
Motors steering
Yeah, I
column.
was
I've
gonna say,
got
that
the
looks
key,
like a GM.
but I've got the Lamborghini steering wheel, the original Lamborghini.
And it's a
steering wheel.
roadster, dude.
Yeah, this all comes
No
off.
shit.
Here's my biggest problem. It's fucking blue.
Right. We
I
have to
think it
do
needs to
go
be black.
Black.
Black for sure, right?
With the black wheels.
This
Black
was,
with black wheels.
This was the right color. Chiaro blue.
Yeah.
They had.
I think it needs to be satin
You have
black.
all the little knick-knack things and covers and
for.
Everything.
I don't know if I got mirrors, but I got everything else to finish it. I mean, I've got books and a tub full. The wing is in there. The tracks.
there's a wing.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want for this piece of shit?
30 grand.
There is no way.
Well,
What do you mean?
I want whatever you took.
It's got a $45,000 motor in it with a $20,000 transmission.
We don't know if it runs and drives.
You got mechanics here?
I got the best mechanic
Even
here.
if it doesn't run,
and then I
he'll
got
get it.
Phipps.
Yeah, well, Phipps is good for commentary.
I don't know if I want to put any money in it. You want to do some horse trading? What I got around here you want?
I don't know. I got some customers like them old boats and some like old trucks and
This would be funny though, just to jack around with. Show up in Cars and Coffee.
It would be cool.
Just always hammering the shit out of it, beating it up, jumping over curbs.
Right.
I've
No,
had
that'd
some
be
offers
perfect.
on it in the kit car community. My biggest thing is you know, where I live, what I do is all classic cars. This doesn't fit any of my clientele. It doesn't fit. I was going to part it out. I was going to hang the body on the wall, and
I don't think this fits anybody.
it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't fit my clients. That's for sure.
How much was this if you wanted it when they were making them?
I was told, and I don't have anything to back it up, but I was told they're between the 120 and 160 price.
That's a lot of money for a kit car.
What
There's a
people
lot
were
of
doing,
money.
and Tony could probably tell you more. I was told by the guy that brought the car to me that at the time you basically had to be on a list to get a Diablo,
Right.
a new one, and then people don't want to put a lot of miles on them. They're expensive to maintain, so this was something you could get right away, and you could drive it across country. And if the thermostat went bad, you go to O'Reilly's and get a
you just go to
thermostat for it.
O'Reilly's and get some brake pads or
Yeah.
rotors or whatever for it.
Yeah, the early Diablos, they were actually Chrysler. And then later in '99, Audi
bought them
acquired
out.
them, and everything changed.
Yep.
Kind of turns me on, Chase.
I like it, but it needs paint and it needs work.
We were
Wrap,
rapid.
dude, wrap it.
Wrap it.
Wrap it.
It wouldn't take anything to paint it. Scuff and shoot. It's fiberglass.
The old scuff and shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of.
Yeah, but wrap would probably look.
I don't like the paint job
So
on me.
it's
Just
blue in
but
here.
It's got enough cool stuff in there, but I mean, the price has to be right. It has to be something that somebody's going to want.
what do you want to trade me for then? Let's do some trade. Let's do a little cash and some trading.
What do you want to trade, man? I don't want to put any money in it.
No money in it?
I don't know. I mean, 10 grand?
Right.
12 grand in the LTD.
The green LTD?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man. What are we going to do with the LTD?
You do know what it looks like now, right?
I live in Redneck Tonia, and that thing will sell like a
Oh,
hot
you're there.
cake.
You'll
Yeah,
be the
that
king
thing
of
will sell
Redneck
like a
Tonia.
hot cake.
Nah, I would
I'm
trade
sorry.
you. I would trade you the LTD for this.
Straight up,
I don't know. I might give you a couple of grand. I'll give you the LTD in 5 grand.
let's do the LTD, the truck, and 2 grand.
65 total on the truck. That does get rid of two problems out there and one in here.
And you let me park my trailer here tonight so I can take my wife out to a nice dinner. Compliments of Richard Rawlings.
That's a given. So the LTD, letting Thomas down, our most famous movie
Oh,
car,
your buddy.
our most famous movie car yet, and the beat up old Ford short bed, and 2 grand.
Yeah. That's just because I like you.
All right, that's a deal.
They got to work. Yeah.
That is a deal.
Does this have a title?
No.
So what happened was,
You got to go get it inspected.
I'll
It's a
give you
kit car.
guys the phone number of the guy's going to finish the car.
I
When
got
they
the
would,
number for the guy at the phone. Yeah.
his name's Kelly Hayes. When the car would get finished, they would take it to DOT, and that's when they would get approved for a VIN number. So this car has no VIN number. When you get it done, I was going to build it into a track car or part it out. That's what I was going to do with it. I was going to put a little cage in it and take it.
Well,
up
you ain't doing nothing with it now.
Now
because
it's yours. It ain't mine now.
You got a truck that doesn't run, and you got an LTD.
I'm also going to need at least a case of Miller Lite for that LTD.
Well, you can have all the beer you want while you're unloading and loading. Let's get
done.
this thing off. Kick
All right.
ass, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo! Talk about mastermind. I basically had nothing in the LTD other than piddling around with it, and the truck I think I had $4,000 in, add 2, so I just bought this thing for roughly $6,000, $6,500. Let's see what happens next.
Looks a little rough. We can make it work though.
Dude, it's on air ride.
It's air ride in the front, coilovers in the back.
The control arms look right though. I mean,
Yeah.
those look close.
The ECM is supposed to be pinned and plugged already too.
I bet she'd say it's only 8.
Well,
She probably wouldn't say that.
someone grab a ladder. I'll hop up there while you hit the starter. He said it just stuck, so
I said it stopped working.
it stopped working. I'll hit the starter. Someone hit the starter, or
Got a hammer
someone go up there.
or a screwdriver. I don't know if you can jump it.
Try it with the key. Turn the key hard enough.
You're a genius, Phipps.
Yeah, I don't hate this frame, man.
It's supposed to be an exact replica.
No, well, it's not exact, but it's nice. Control arms aren't right.
The thing I don't like about the frame is this, just looking at it, having the floor pans hang lower than the frame. This
Well,
is the first
you realize this was backwards.
Right.
So Lamborghini, the transmission was going this way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it had a jack shaft coming back through it like front wheel drive.
Yeah.
And then you had a drive shaft that went to the front on that. So that's why this is so wide.
It's my Harbor Freight 4-wheeler winch I put on.
All right, somebody,
It's worth for 3. This is a 6-wheeler.
somebody go up there.
Uh-oh.
6-wheeler.
Now.
It's probably the Porsche starter. What it looks like.
Might be.
Yeah, it's
I guess it
it's a
wouldn't be an
Porsche
LS, would it?
transmission.
Because it's a Porsche transmission.
But I don't think that's good for more than about 500 horsepower, dude.
We should break it and find out.
It's probably broken. That's why it's up there.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to pull the starter and see what it's off of because I'm assuming it's the Porsche, but what model, what year, what everything. So I guess just yank it off, Phipps, wherever Phipps is at. Yeah. You yank this starter off real quick. Let's see if we can get one. All right, so well, it's gonna need a little bit more work than we anticipated, but
What's it look like?
looks like a little rough. But
Well, wiring looks rough. What's the car seem like though?
not
the
terrible. It needs a little bit of work on the chassis, but nothing crazy.
It's got roller skates.
But yeah, we'll try and get it running first, see if it's even going to start, and then we'll go from there. Stay tuned to watch and see if the car burns down or not.
Don't burn my Lamborghini to the ground. I've never even had one. Oh, I've had a bunch of them.
You've had a bunch of them.
This is the best purchase I've ever made in my entire life. By far.
All right, so what we did is we put some fresh gas in it and then made sure that the pickup was cleared. Then me and Kenny made sure every line was clear all the way up to the fuel rail. Then we had to pull the injectors out and tap on the injectors and click them and run the cleaner through them. And then they finally worked. So now I put it all back together, and then we found a blown fuse under the dash in the fuse box. and it's because it was running the fuel pump, it was pulling too many amps. It's also the main power for the ECU. So he fixed that with a higher amperage fuse, and now it seems to run fine for now, but we still have to go through a bunch of checks. Looks like the alternator's not working and stuff like that, so we got a lot to go through. The car could be built a little bit better, not knocking whoever built it, but it could be built a little bit better. But again, it is a kit car. Somebody made this probably in their garage at home and just never finished it. So we're gonna see possibly finishing it for them, or not for them, but for us. I think it's a rad car. It sounds pretty rad.
So the big question is, does it start?
It starts. It runs.
Crank the key,
Well, then do it.
So how'd it go?
I need some brake work. My leg's tired as fuck. And I only did the parking lot.
From the clutch or the brake?
Clutch is heavy as hell. It is a get up to speed and don't use the clutch anymore.
But it runs and drives.
It runs and drives, but we need some brake work done because that one caliper's hanging out.
It looks like it needs a lot of work done, just to tell you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But that's wicked cool.
It runs and drives. That's about it.
That's
No,
badass,
no.
man.
Headlights work, taillights work, blinkers work.
I bet you the windshield wiper doesn't work.
Oh, no, it's not there.
Yeah, it's not.
But, yeah.
There is one. There's a motor.
Huh?
There's a motor though.
Is there a motor?
Yeah.
And we have the wiper on.
I think it's badass, man. What's it smoking for?
Well, that's right. It hasn't run in 12 years.
Oh, so that's a $45,000 12-year-old build.
I didn't say it hadn't ran in 12 years. I said it had been sitting for 12 years.
Well, that normally means it really hadn't gone far.
All right. Well, the trashy Lambo is alive. I got to come up with a catchy name for it. Freaking great. What do you think the clutch problem is?
It's just heavy.
Hadn't been down to now.
It is literally just heavy.
All right. Well, there you go. At least I got to run and drive the Lamborghini.
That's all you got.
I hate blue, man. I hate blue.
All right, well, that's a wrap on the white trash Diablo for today. I don't know if he's gonna build it or fix it, I should say, or are we gonna punt it or what? But it works. It runs and drives. It doesn't drive very well. It didn't drive very far. Needs brake work, but it runs and drives. It didn't run and drive when I got here, so that's a plus for me today. That was a good Wednesday afternoon.